Three Kingdoms. A Draca story. 37 years before the Mondragon event, the land of Draca was in a perpetual Cold War between noble houses. The land was split between three houses: House Claremont, Reglen, and Maurice. King Gregory Reglen sat in the Draca throne, making House Reglen the royal family at the time. House Claremont governed the southern approach. The land was known to be rocky and sported deserts and green forests. Morgan Claremont was the Lord of Draco, a rich city known for its markets and horses. The northern expanse was home to the Maurice family. Lord Edward Maurice governed Urbamhime, one of the most fortified cities other than the capital Urbufero. This cold land hardened the people of the north. They disliked the southerners, and relations have always been tense. Morgan Claremont, due to unexpected reasons, declared Draco to be an independent kingdom after the Borough massacre. Claremont secretly planned on breaking off from Reglen's kingdom. After gaining support from House Mill of Nethof and House Loris of Scalatron, only one house remained. House Bruin of Borough was a royalist settlement, and in return, Claremont's first military campaign was to destroy Borough. House Bruin's 1,500-strong force was no match for Claremont's 20,000 troops sent to Borough. The defense was fruitless, as 600 of Bruin's men were slaughtered in Claremont's cavalry charge alone. The rest surrendered and were executed. Dan Bruin was hung, including his wife, 3 daughters, and 2 sons. King Gregory Reglen was gifted the head of Dan Bruin and a message stating Claremont's independence. King Reglen marched with 100,000 forces down south to meet Claremont's forces in open battle in the western farmland. Reglen targeted House Loris first due to the easier terrain and number advantage. Marcus Loris sent a rider to warn that Reglen was marching west instead of south. Loris raised 15,000 troops for the preparing Battle of the Rapids. Scaliaran was separated from the mainland by the large Dra River. There was only a few entry points, but the fastest one was the main bridge that connected the areas. Loris set up fortifications on the base of the river to fund Reglen's superior troops. When Reglen arrived to the pass, Marcus Loris already set up large wooden walls and archer towers on his side. As expected, Reglen marched his soldiers across the bridge to meet House Loris in battle. 7 times Reglen charged. He was always pushed back with heavy losses. House Loris lost 1,000 men, while Reglen lost over 15,000. The 8th attempt finally pushed Loris Warguard troops back to Scalatron Castle after losing another 3,000. Reglen had 80,000 troops left and decided to leave 15,000 to occupy and besiege Scalatron's castle. He took 65,000 and marched east to Draco to meet Claremont's forces with House Mill's forces. Claremont created a defensive line of 40,000 troops to block Reglen's approach to the city. Reglen met Claremont's forces in the Battle of the Scroblin Pass. Reglen had the number advantage and soon took control of the battle. King Morgan Claremont was nowhere to be seen in the battle. When all seems easy for Reglen, he didn't notice Claremont actually sent 20,000 to Scalatron. King Claremont sneaked past Reglen's forces that were marching west and killed Reglen's forces occupying Scalatron. Claremont then marched back east with House Loris forces. Reglen was soon outnumbered in the 3rd day of the Battle of the Scroblin Pass. He had 30,000 enemy forces on both flanks, and soon his army broke. King Reglen was captured and executed after what seemed to be a genius strategy for him turned sour. Gregory Reglen II took the throne after his father and called all banner men in the regions. House Maurice declined the plea and stated that the North won't fight pointless wars for the South. Gregory Reglen II took this as an insult and in a brash outburst declared war both on Claremont and Maurice. With reserve forces and all bannermen combined, Reglen raised 80,000 soldiers and marched south once again to meet Claremont, the killer of his father. They met in the thick forest forests of Scalito and set up war camps. Reglen forces yet again outnumbered Clermont's, but numbers alone showed didn't always matter. Reglen instead employed the Wyvern Society to sabotage Clermont's forces. At night they poisoned the food supply and set fire to the tents. When Clermont's forces were in chaos, Reglen charged with his cavalry and soldiers into Clermont's war camp. It was a slaughter before the battle began, and Morgan Clermont was killed by Gregory Reglen, ending the southern conflict. Gregory wasted no time and rode north to meet Edward Morris and hang him for treason. Edward Morris with his son Magnus Morris got word of Reglen's forces marching up north. Morris called all loyal bannermen and prepared for one of the bloodiest battles of Drassish history. When Reglen arrived with hundreds of thousands of troops in the north, he noticed the settlements were vacant. Morris gathered all loyal men and their families together in Urbamheme. Morris only raised a force of 40,000 to combat Reglen's 100,000 strong army. Reglen besieged Urbamheme, cutting him off from food and necessary commodities. Edward Morris was no fool, as they waited out a siege that lasted for a month. The northern winds picked up. Winter came early, catching Reglen unprepared for what was to come. Reglen's southern forces could not handle the cold weather and snow. When Reglen was advised to retreat back south until spring, he refused. Reglen wanted the head of both Edward and Magnus Morris. During the third month, as Reglen's forces started to break off and fall apart, Edward and Magnus charged out of the gates. The northern army outperformed the southerners in the winter combat. For every northerner's death, almost 20 died on the southerners. This slaughter was known as the Battle of the Crimson Winter. Sadly, Edward Morris died in a charge, leaving Magnus to face off Reglen in open battle. The young king was still a good match against Magnus, and the battle lasted for minutes. In the process, Magnus's pole arm was splintered, and in a last swing as he grabbed the upper handle, he cleaved through Reglen's breastplate. The southern army routed, and the north claimed victory in the War of the Three Kingdoms. Now Magnus only set his eye on one thing: to restore the north's glory and take Urbifero.